Good afternoon, traders. This is AJ of Awesome Calls Trading. How is everyone today? Wow, what a really great morning, both in the option chat room. I believe Levi, who runs that room with Christian, I think they scored over 500% on their stuff. Just absolutely stunning performance over there, and really impressive. Also, on the equity side, we did pretty good. We're going to share with you a few things that worked. There's a couple things that are still waiting to pan out, but I think things that stood out to us were like the PTI run to almost $9 a share. So we have a lot of great traders in the room right now. Phil just acknowledged, if you can see, he just made what do you call it? $1,300 on the market bounce. So congratulations to you on that. And so we're going to go over quite a few plays. And right now I am accumulating a position in Yandex. I started here around 80. I have room to add. Matter of fact, I'm going to get set up to add because that's what I do. I like to buy on weakness. The stock is down almost, I believe. It popped this morning on the idea on the gap up right here. You can see if you go, there was news that they might be, I think it's SoftBank or Superior Bank is trying to take a stake in it. And since they said they wouldn't or not, the stock is selling off aggressively. And I love Yandex. Is typically a 32 to a stock that usually stays within range of 32 to 34 to 33. And to buy the stock below 32 tends to be a buying opportunity. So I will give it room. And if it hits 31, I all will be adding. So I currently own it at 31.80. So 87, I believe. So I'm going to give it room here. So this is a live trade that I'm accumulating. And earnings is coming out, I believe, the 30th at the end of the month. So anyway, I'm just looking for a quick bounce on it. Yeah, market's selling off, and I love it. So anyway, let me add a little bit more on Yandex. I'm going to watch. You'll hear me. It'll go doo-doo-doo, and that means I'm adding as I'm talking. Okay. All right, so we had a list of, had a little late start this morning because we've decided to start Discord on the option room, and we've got a great response from that. And it's been, I want to thank Sergio, our great administrator in the room, putting that together for us, and Levi making sure it's running really smooth. So, okay. This morning, as you can see, we put together about, let's see, today we had 13 different ideas. And with that being said, we'll kind of go into a few of them. Okay, let's start with YECO. YECO was yesterday's big winner in this great chat room of ours. And let me show you what I saw today on YECO. YECO today was a chart that I yesterday into close. I told everyone that I would be going long. Actually, before it closed on YECO, I took a position. And I was watching it short trap down here into close. And I was starting to take a position. I believe it was, I think it was 12 something, 1201. And then it dipped below 10, and traders were adding and taking positions. And what I was telling the room was I felt very confident that the stock was going to make a solid move into close and after hours. Now, my thesis was it would probably hit 14. Well, once the stock started running, as you can see, it ran all the way to 17. And we had a lot of positive feedback on that. And a lot of traders took it long around. Actually, they got better pricing than I did. And what I liked about this stock was I refused to get shaking out on the trade, and I stayed focused, and I was able to really just kill that trade. It was an awesome play on that. This morning, though, I woke up and the stock was actually gapping down. And so I felt that the $10 level, 10.50 would be a buying opportunity. I felt that the shorts will want to cover some and squeeze, and I felt the stock would squeeze with possible room to, I believe I was looking $15 to $20. I gave a lot of range, but I really felt strong stock was going to make a move. And hold on, I'm going to add some Yandex here. Okay, so, and then let me line up another buy, because that's what I like to do. Yandex. I'm the kind of trader, I just added at 27, 31.27, 275. Okay, and then I'll give it room to 31. I'll have a nice average on that. All right, so given this, I felt the stock would pop, so I told traders in pre-market, any pull at the open, look for that 10, 10.50, 11 spot, scale in long, and I will walk it up. Also, I told them if they were chasing, they had to wait for it to break through this flag of 15.50 to 16. They could probably get room for another couple points to the upside. So it was a really nice play in the room. Big winner. We played it quick. We were done with it. We were hoping the flag would break out, but it stopped, paused, and it just kind of came off. It just sold off. But overall, I think if you were in the room, you would have probably scored at least $1 to $1.50 on this, on the move, even if you chased it. It was a very, very nice trade for everyone. A good setup. I was really impressed with it. All right. The next call that we did was ADI. ADI right here. Now, ADI was gapping down, as you can see, pre-market. Okay, you could see it closed here at 85 and gapped down to basically, it was gapping down to 83. So that's a $2 gap down. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, why is the stock gapping down to begin with? And so what we did, we went to our scan and we saw that ADI was gapping down because Goldman put a sell rating. Goldman is a tier 1 analyst, and they basically issued a sell rating right here, and they issued an $81 price target, and then from 106. Well, if you were trading with, hold on, I'm going to add one more time so I can get below 30. Somebody didn't tell me it hit 31. Shoot, 31.05, 30.92. I'm trying to get this right here. It's a live trade here. I'm trying to add here. It hit below 30. So it's a nice acceleration to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and take it right here. Okay, so my average, and then I'm going to add again. So I like it when everyone is running for the hills on a stock. I love buying when blood in the water. Okay, so my next area to add is 30.50. I'll have a nice average. Beautiful play here. Again, if you look at the last 5 days on the chart, you can clearly see I'm way below the average of it. So, and if this bank turns around and says, heck, we're going to go and buy it now, which they tend to do. They actually create their own way of dropping the stock by putting fear in investors that they're not interested. As soon as the stock gets attractive on a pullback, they will buy the stock. It's typically what they do. So this is pretty much an accelerated sell-off on here. Yandex is a search engine for in Russia. So, okay, getting back to ADI. And so what I did here is I determined that now we have a little trick in here that if what do you call it? What am I trying to say? If Goldman puts out a call, all right, if they put out a call to short on the downside, we always go long their calls. It's just a standard thing we do in our room. Goldman tends to try to fill their gaps before they actually fade off. So typically the call will last about 2 or 3 days, to the downside, but before the first day is always a pop. It's just the way it works. And so our main objective was to go long at 82, have room to add on the pullback, and look for a nice 84.50 on the upside. And that was the call of the stock. Okay. And it delivered over I believe 3 points on the stock today on the upside. And actually, the stock will end up fading back down to lows, but it'll take about probably tomorrow or the next day. So you got ADI, and then we did YECO. Okay, so those two. This is a really nice trade here. He went long. I do want to give props to a trader in here. Presented Activision to us. The stock this morning pulled. I forgot who it was. If you're in the room, please let me know. But a gentleman in the room, great trader in the room, spotted this Activision at 71. I think it was 71.25, 71.30, and asked me what I felt about the stock. I said to go long. I felt the stock would have a nice push in it, and it turned out the stock did, and the trader made, I believe, over 2 points on the trade. And this is the kind of stuff that we do. We really encourage traders to ask an opinion, get just a second, third opinion. Hey, AJ, what do you think? And that's what I do. I'm live. I pull up the chart. I stop what I'm doing. I answer your question. I try to help you. My main objective is to help you make money. If you're interested in a trade, I'm all over it. And so I will just talk to you and help you through it and walk you through it. All right. And so this gentleman made about 2 points on the trade on Activision. He noticed it was pulling. He made his money, and then he left. And what's great about this is when I pull it on screen and I tell the trader, yes, I like this, not just because this trader, but then a bunch of traders will take it. And I have to give props to another great trade in our room by the wonderful moderator, Fire. He is simply on fire. He saw GBT breaking down right about here, and he called for a short at 30. I think it was $40.11 this morning, and he took half here and took the other half here. So he nailed us for 3 points. AJ, your Yandex is moving. Oh, okay. Well, again, I'm not going to look at it, but here's the pop already. I'm actually going to be green on the trade in about a second. Hold on. What's my position? Yeah, I'm almost getting there. Anyway, that's what we do. No fear. No fear. No fear. None. No fear. You trade what you feel. Okay. I got, let's see, a little more to go and I'll be green. But I'm still holding overnight. But if I got a sell order at 32.70. I'm sorry, 32.40. So boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, boom, boom. I'm sorry, we're live here. I apologize. I just love making money. I'm sorry. I get excited. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just a live trade too, so you're witnessing it. See that? So if you were in the room right now and you followed my call and you took some here, added here, you're green. Oh my goodness, I'm green. Oh, get out of my way. What do I do with the money? Oh my gosh. What do I do? All right, I'm green. So now I have to wait because I want it up here. So, and if it pulls again, I'll add on the weakness because that's what we do. Okay. So, all right, let's do another one here. Let's do another one. Okay. Next trade, which was PYX. This was a wonderful trade this morning. If you were in the room, you would have nailed this one. This was gorgeous. And what PYX was doing, if you look at the previous day and today, you see it? I'm sorry, not PYX, PX, I apologize. PX. This is what Awesome Calls Trading is about. Straight up, this is Awesome Calls Trading at its best. Okay, here we got a stock gapping up. Have you noticed? You closed at basically 160 yesterday, and it just upped 8 points. So again, before you enter any trade, whether it's the long side or downside, you have to ask yourself, the why. Okay, why is this stock moving? And so what we did on this one, we have to research the news, and I got to figure out why is it gapping. Now this is a beautiful setup because I really want to play this to the downside. I want to fill this gap here. You see this gap? But before I put out the call in writing to short the stock, I've got to figure out why. So I come over here, I go to my scan, which if you sign up for both rooms, you get this for free for 2 months. It's about $125 a month, and I will pay for it. And basically what you've got right here, basically, as you read through the news, all right, I want you to look at it now. It says, the EU will approve the acquisition of PX, right? So they haven't actually acquired. There's no set price, but the EU is saying, hey, it looks like we're going to probably approve this. Well, a few moments later, the EU issued a statement, or the company issued a statement that they have not received any approval for the deal. Okay, when you get those kind of headlines, you're going to get a short on the stock. So everyone basically jumped and bought on the news, but in reality, the stock is going to come down. Okay? And so what I look for on a stock like this is a complete full gap fill, because there's so much confusion going on with the news. And so what I did is I put in a short call at 168, room to 170 at the open, have a 169 average, and just be patient with it. And the stock ended up full gap fill. As you can see right here, this is yesterday's close, and it came right below it. Absolutely stunning trade. If you took 100 shares, you made $700. Now, normally, typically, no trader stays a full 5, 6, 10, 15 points, unless you're a paper trader. If you're a paper trader, then you have no emotion, you don't really care what it's doing, and you really don't care. But when you're a real trader playing with real money, I'm the kind of trader I like to get 50 cents to $1. If it gives me $1.50, whether I'm playing Netflix or if it gives me $2, but when I overnight something like I did Netflix, I got a full 15, I think 15 or 16 points on that trade. So I was very, very pleased with that trade. But for the most part, when I'm trading in the room, I'm looking for that quick 50 cents to $1. Because I'll sound off about 7 to 10 trades a day. And if you can do 200, 300 on each trade, some of them you stay longer, more size, you make your money. And it's so much fun. And if you can negotiate your fees, get them down to $3.95 a ticket or less, then it doesn't really matter what you're doing, because it doesn't take much in this room to make 50 cents to $1. So the next one that we had on our list was a company called C. Now this is the first time I've ever seen seed. C is sealed air. I've never traded sealed air in. This is the first day, but because I'm a pro, I just need to know why it's down. All right, that's all I want to know. Why is it down? So I go to my scan again. I have many scans, briefing, in play, and newsware, but I can't really show you and display briefing, but I can show you Newswatch. So I can just show you what CE is. And basically this morning, it issued downside guidance. Now when the outlook is the key, like when Netflix is done, Netflix runs that, hold on, YVR halted, Lake Communion Group signs platform license agreements with Strata. Okay, so we have a live alert, traders. I'm trying to get through this stuff, but we have a live alert on YVR. We have a halt. So I'm going to take a look at it. I have to stop what I'm doing. And okay, so we have a stock that's already ran from. I can't play this. Yeah, I can't play this. $3 to 6. There's too much range. No, I'll just go back to it. Anyway, great alert, Raphael. I just can't play it. I can't allow those spreads to jeopardize it. You buy it and it drops 80 cents. And that's just too much. Probably go higher anyway. But anyway, so C was dropping down on guidance. And when I get a stock that drops down on guidance, I really like I like shorts to come in and cover. I really watch the amount of volume for the prior days. So if you look at the last 5 days, you could see they were building positions, short sellers as well. And so when I get a thick volume like this and I get a pull of 5, 6, 7 points, my reaction is go long the stock and gap fill it at least halfway to where it pulled. And so in this case, if you look at my notes, I wanted C to get to, I think it was $34, $33 or more on short covering at the open. So what I told the traders to do this morning was to go long the stock at 31 in pre-market and at the open. Anything 31 and under would be a buying opportunity. So I was very much pushing for that. And if you look how the market opened, ding, 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 it pulled to 31 right there. If you would have done what I asked you to do and bought the stock at $31, you would have sold at 33. If you look at pre-market notes, it said the stock will go to $33. And you would have made 2 points. You would have made here in 4 minutes, you would have scored basically a point and a half. And if you waited another 20 more minutes, you would have scored 2 points, almost 2.5 points. It hit 33.50, 33.46. Just a really great setup. Typical trade in our room. It's what we do, and it's what defines us as a great trading chat room. All right, and then we just fade it. I said 33. If you took the short 33 right here, you can see how the lower low set in, and then we just plummet it right back down, and then the stock hit 32. All right, thank you, Anna. We'll be happy when it gets through 32, and we'll all be happy on the index. Okay, the next trade that we did was a company called TLRY. I'm sure most of you are familiar. We play this stock almost every single day in the market. We love TLRY. It's our little baby in here. And we just play it every day. It doesn't matter where it's at. We will look at the stock. And what I like about TLRY is it has a lot of range. It has a lot of range. And so I really like stocks that give us range because we can make our quick money. Most of us are having problems trying to find the shorts on it. And a lot of platforms are pulling the short positions because they see traders really don't know how to trade this stock. We tend to pretty much know what we're doing. So all you do is look at the gap up from yesterday. It's a pretty basic 101. This stock actually gapped down. Now, whenever you get a gap down on TLRY, you usually get a pop at the open because shorts will come in and cover. And we anticipate a nice squeeze. So on this particular stock, this 140 area was a very interesting in pre-market to go long, 140, 141. And I basically told everyone at the open the stock should probably rush to 150, 155, and then you can scale in short. The stock ended up going to 156. I believe my call was to 150, and it actually gave another 5 or 6 more points. And then it came right back down to 146. So this was a really nice entry, 140, 141, as you can see down here, pre-market. When I started the notes, stock just ramped all the way up. Nice 10, 15 point trade if you took the trade or the idea. I'm going to do one more trade. All right, one more. Because I think it should be something very special here. Okay. Where is it? Forgive me, traders. I'm looking for, the trade is SELB. This is really important. And this is only taught in Awesome Calls Trading. There's no other chat room unless you came from here and then you're just copying what we say. This was a beauty. I want to share this with you. SELB was gapping down because a patient passed away. All right. Our call in the room was long at the open, gap fill back to $15.50 to $16. So it was just a clean trade. Now I can't really go into too much detail. You have to be a subscriber in the room, but if you do join, ask me right away why I called a long. A majority of traders, when they hear the word death in a stock or somebody passed away, it's immediate short. I've been doing this 15 years. I'm pretty good at BIOS, FDAs, phase 1, 2, 3. This was a long. The main thing was, if you were in the room, I explained it in detail, but it turned out to be a nice 2-point trade. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the opposite side of something, ACOR. this really was just an absolutely stunning call to make, and this was gapping up a core, and it was our number, I believe it was our number 3 pick, and a core was gapping up on FDA inspections on clearance of one of their drugs. They were inspecting it. They gave a favorable ruling, and unfortunately, a core over the last, again, I'm a bio trader, an FDA trader. I trade IPOs. I trade all pigs, you name it. But when it comes to bios, I really excel at it. So this one, I told everyone in the room to go short at 2050 in pre-market and add on any pop at the open and just fade it all the way back down and fill the gap. 1920 and under. I had 1925 on the cards, and you could see it just sold off to 1884. Just a pure sell-off. If you took 500 shares, 1,000 shares, you made $1,000 or 500. This is a no-brainer trade. You don't have to think. You just execute, and you're done. Okay, so that's tonight's recap. Again, we did C, ADI, YECO, PX, ACOR, SELB, and TLRY. All right, so thank you so much for listening to this great webinar. I'm sorry for all the interruptions, but we are live trading, and in here, the client always comes first, and we will stop in the middle of anything to answer a client's questions because that's the service we provide to every trader in here. So look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great, great day. All right. Thank you.